This is the last game to Challenger. If I win, I believe that puts me over the threshold, yeah. I'll have to double check after the game. That's only if I win, though. Let's not jump to conclusions. Hard. Roaming support.
I decide what the tide will bring.
Probably not good to take on Nami. Nami Caitlyn is actually an OG combo. This was meta when Nami first came out. Season 2. LCK, OGN as it were back in the day, Nami Caitlyn was a very common pairing. Yeah, a few years ago before they rebranded, the LCK was actually known as OGN, short for On Game Net. Goa and Monte Cristo were the casters, and almost 2 years ago, you were in Poland and you got up at 1 a.m. to apply to work for me? Bro, it's so funny you phrase it that way, because I just basically made like a shitty Google Doc form. And I just had people fill it out. Whew. Guy went PT. Yo, Bard's freaking out. He's pressing all his buttons. I thought Jarvan was about to fucking level 2 flash over and EQ by Caitlyn. Bard actually just freaked out. That was crazy. The fish ambulance is coming.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Fuck with us here, no? Go the long way around. Alright, kill plus Drake is nice. Pardon me out. Lane is I feel like that could even be a kill if I hit my bubble. I got stunned there actually. Played more safe. Okay, we got all the objective.
An ally has been slain.
Bard is a menace. He's everywhere. What the fuck is happening? Can you actually play jungle like this? This gank bot 5 times in a row.
An enemy has been slain.
Play a slow game, let's just stack drakes. Can't keep up with these roams.
Has been slain. Enemy double kill. Enemy killing spree. Ally has been slain. Turret plating will soon fall.
It's okay, we got Drake.
Enemy rampage. An enemy has been slain. Enemy has been slain.
Bro, how the fuck did my Cho get behind there? I thought this guy spellbook TV'd or something. Steel of Blades. Flash. Risky to be anywhere without a buddy right now. Where was my buddy?
Pob, you were my top streamer this year. Thank you.
Bard.
Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Okay, we play 5v5. This is where I shine finally.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy is unstoppable.
Us. Dude, what the fuck? All good, all good. Can win.
Enemy killing spree.
I'm down to pick this up. Better fight for us. I still haven't recalled. You good to play off this fight happen? So our Gunner's dead. Do it. Fucking damage.
Shut down. Shut down.
That was huge though. It was like I was out of position, but then it just turned out well. It'd be like that sometimes. They did Jarvan in, killed Jarvan, they got a con. Oh my god, they were fat bounties too. It's a very, very big swing. Carry us down, carry it down. Bro, I'm locked in right now. Yone, bro. On. Oh my god. Holy shit, I can't believe that guy didn't ult me. That was way out of position. Wow, that would have been like game losing. Just win. Enchanter power. guy went far. That guy got some airtime.
A summoner has
We did it? Let me see how much LP I got. Wow, I feel like that was a pretty ho-hum game. Bard played well. Honor Bard. 853 LP. And the cutoff is 851. And it's the LP cutoff is trending downward, which means more accounts are decaying out, or more people are falling out than people getting in. But I don't know. It's a pretty tight margin, so I don't know if I can claim it yet. It's a tight margin. Just do one more to be safe? Oh, hell no. I'm camping it for a day. Nautilus victory lap? Dude, even just the thought of playing Nautilus another game makes me feel tilted. Even the thought of picking Nautilus, like even just for fun, kind of makes me upset. Well, maybe it's over. We'll see. We'll see when the ladder rolls over tonight. Closing words? I feel like I shouldn't offer my closing words and conclusions yet, though, because I don't know if I hit it yet or not. Like, what if I start yapping about, it was so easy, and you know, I'm a challenger support, and then the cutoff hits, and I'm not even challenger yet. I'll save it for tomorrow. Yeah. How fast was this one in comparison to the others? Honestly, it wasn't a lot of games. Which I was surprised by. It definitely had to do with the Riot MMR. And let me explain what I mean by that. I don't think my account was rigged. I don't think that the MMR gains are like rigged, but you definitely start at a way higher point than on a fresh account. So you skip a lot of the riffraff. Like I started to hit really high LP games really fast. Because this was like similar to the amount of games that Pepper Baby took. Yeah, it was weird. When I hit Masters, I had like Challenger MMR. I'm pretty sure I can see every single game I played just by going down like this. Was this the first game I played? This was the first game I played. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Like 20 games in, I was just playing Viper every game. This was like 30 games in, and I was getting full Challenger lobbies. So I will concede that it definitely would have taken longer if I started on like a completely fresh non-Riot account. Because I would have had to climb through a lot more games. And inevitably, some of those I would have lost. Even in lower ranks, inevitably, I'm sure I would have lost some games in like Emerald or whatever. Diamond. But I think overall the end result is the same. Because I did hit Challenger MMR pretty fast, and then I played in Challenger MMR for like 100 games. But I also don't think I would spend the time grinding a fresh account to level 30 either. And Riot really doesn't want you to buy accounts anymore either. I mean, they banned Doublelift for 3 days because he bought an account for his climbs that started in like gold. So there's no way I'm going to spend like a week just grinding out a level 30 account. There's just no way. So this is what I did. Holy moly, can I go back to playing mid? Wow, and honor level 5. You represent a rare class of players who make games fun. Guys, not to get a little woke here, but this is even more meaningful than hitting Challenger to me. You know what I mean? Society doesn't need more Challenger players. Society needs more honor level 5 summoners. Hit that fucking retweet button. Am I right? Okay, the Challenger climb is over. I think this was maybe the most tilting of all my climbs. I don't know what was more tilting. Support or top lane? I think support was more tilting. It just went by faster. I actually got so tilted the day I was playing Nautilus. Was top lane more tilting? Dude, the win rates look ugly. The win rates look disgusting. I will say my account did start at a really high MMR. And I think I skipped all the lower ranks pretty much. I mean, I think I essentially started in like D1. Let me go back and look at my very first game I played. I skipped the riffraff. This was the very first game. Average tier master. Average tier, low master, diamond 1 guys. And then I won most of my games pretty much. You know, I had a crazy streak, win streak. Okay. And then my MMR was like Challenger. After winning so many games in Master GM, it became Challenger MMR. And I was like, holy shit. What's going on? I was like troll picking up until this point. You know, here I locked in Tom Kentrafun, and then I saw the lobby was like full Challenger. And then I was like, oh, shit. And then I absolutely ran it down this game. And then I started to get like pummeled a bit for sure. Like the higher rank games were not easy. I could no longer just lock in something random and win. So then my win rate really took a beating in this phase. My win rate really took a beating. I think it went so far as to hit like 50% overall win rate. Yeah, the games were just insane. Like, I ran into Viper like multiple games in a row, like playing on his rank 1 account. I was just like, what's going on? Oh, it's me, Paul Romer, a new support player, like running into Viper mid, running the lobby admin. So that was cool. Get like fucking back-to-back banged out by Viper Riven into Scar. Cool. Had a lot of moments like that throughout my climb. Definitely should have stayed away from Nautilus. The Nautilus games were bad. The Nautilus games were bad for both my LP and my mental. Janna was my goated pick. Janna, I was legit like 90% win rate for like the first 20 or so games I played for it, and then it kind of like leveled out a bit. Bard, I really wanted to play. Bard I thought would feel a lot better to play, because his roaming is the best, and he has like high carry potential and high playmaking. I thought that Bard would be one of my most successful picks, but I actually dropped it like halfway through, because I feel like his laning phase is super weak, and his team fighting is super like inconsistent as well. He's definitely like a super high execution, high skill champ. I thought I'd be able to just like drool over my keyboard, roam everywhere, kill everybody, you know, hit my ult, stun people. It was not that easy. It was really not that easy. And like Bard is actually kind of useless in lane, I gotta be honest. He just doesn't do anything unless they like get hit by your Q. But Q is so hard to hit, guys. The Q comes out so slow. The Q is just so slow, and like they can just flash it, and yeah. So eventually I gave up Bard. And I was honestly still like picking random shit throughout most of my climb. We got a 1 in 10 Senna game. Yeah, we got some 10 death games here. Big streak of 10 death games here. I was limit testing, I was figuring stuff out. I thought I would succeed as well on stuff like Zoe and Mel, because you know, they're mages and I know how to play mages, but I feel like these picks, unless I completely smashed them in laning phase and went like 10-0 in lane, I just didn't scale that well, and I was just one-shottable later on. So I dropped these picks too. When I played something like Zoe or Mel or Elise or something, I feel like if I didn't go 10-0 in lane, it's over. Dude, I don't think I ever beat this player a single time. Buin Yun Na. He was GM. Now he's rank 135 challenger. I think he literally exclusively climbed by beating me like 10 games in a row. I'm so curious to look up the stats. I think I can sort this by UG. I'm so curious to see if I beat this guy a single time. Played with Paul Romer. Why doesn't it work? See if I look for mine. I could probably look through and manually check. Doesn't work. Maybe it's like same. Check deep law. Deep law have the functionality. Where's played with? Huh? I'm not seeing it. You know what? I'm just manually gonna go and see. Okay. So I played against him. Oh, I only played against him 5 times, actually. Okay, I lost against him. 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 Yeah, I lost every game I played this guy. That's hilarious. 0 out of 6. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was in this rough patch. And then I was like trying to play melee supports. I was like, okay, you know, it's like hard to win on mage supports. And, you know, I don't want to play Jenna every single game. I played Nami a few games. She seems alright. Started to try playing like playmaking melee supports. And melee supports were actually really hard to play because if you go in at the wrong timing, you'll just die. You know, like CC timing based all-in supports like Ali and Nautilus, I think were really hard on because I think they're really hard to play and your team has to definitely follow up on your engage. Otherwise, you'll just die for free. So that was really tilting when I felt like I made a good engage happen, I made a good hook happen, and then I die because, you know, I'm the support and I'm going in first and I'm Nautilus or whatever. I just die. And then the follow-up wouldn't be there, or we would lose the team fight. And I'd be like, well, that's not right. How could we possibly lose that fight or lose this game? My engage was so good. So then I would try it again. And then I'd lock in Nautilus again. And then I'd engage again. And then I'd die again. And I could be like, how could we possibly lose this game? Lane went great. I engaged good fights here at the game. And we still lost. It must just be an unlucky streak. Let me try again. So then I played 17 games of Nautilus with an overall 29% win rate. One of these wins was a Nautilus mid game. So really, I won 4 out of 16 Nautilus support games. So I gave the champ up. I just gave it up. I just stopped playing it. And I was really tilted. And then I wrote this note to myself right after my stream ended because I was so tilted. I wrote that I need to end the support challenge before something extreme happens. And I wrote, no Nautilus, seriously. And then it was kind of smooth sailing from there. After I gave up Nautilus, I stuck to... I mean, I was still, like, playing some random stuff here and there. Like, I locked in Enchanter Senna first time, and I was just like, I don't even know if this is good. Ended up working. I had a brief Recon arc, and Recon felt really good. I just like won a few games, lost a few games. But then I realized like the easiest, the most brain dead, the most consistent way to win is just by playing enchanters. So I exclusively played like Jan and Nami throughout the last leg, like the last 15 games or so. I just put the Jan and Nami in the bag. Oh yeah, I tried Braum for a little bit too. Yeah, Braum was solid too. I just wanted to have a melee support that brought utility, but was also non-committal. And Braum is kind of non-committal. He like Qs from range, shield back, stuff like that. Did I play any Poppy games? I played Poppy whenever it was a headshot in draft, and I won every single Poppy game. So I lucked Poppy whenever they had like Rakan, Ali, Yone, Silas, like a bunch of dashes to cancel. And I think I was pretty 1v9 every Poppy game. Besides that, I didn't pick it. I think Poppy's really weak in lane. I was surprised how strong Nami was. Nami was actually really strong pick, and it's reflected in her win rate right now as well. She was like a bit tricky to pick up, but I figured her out a bit ultimately. I think her sustain is really crazy. She just kind of does a little bit of everything. The sustain is good, the all-in is solid. If you can hit the bubble, you know, you tag him with the slow, you can hit bubble. The W is just crazy, bro. The healing in lane was like Soraka level. I was surprised by. But better than that because you can heal yourself too. And you actually deal a good amount of damage too with Imperial Mandate. So I think Nami was actually an even more successful pick than Jenna for later in the climb. But yeah, I realized like you usually don't get 100 to 0'd in bot lane. Like if you get 100 to 0'd in bot lane 2v2, someone just fucked up. So usually this helped me salvage, like if my ADC was not a good player, I could just spam heal on CD. If he was good, then we can accelerate the lane because we can all in. If he's not good, I sustain. And besides that, she felt like really strong in fights. I feel like the 2-item spike was so strong. Mandate plus Dreammaker. And yeah, I feel like enchanters just scale super well. I could have definitely played a lot more Lulu. I think Lulu's one of my best board picks, but I didn't play it that much. Janna was definitely... Janna was funny. I played Janna like I was Bard. I think I was legit running it down some... But I would just rush Swifties every game as Janna and started like roaming everywhere, and it was really impactful. Did this challenge give me any more perspective on ADC players? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was just frustrating to play with a lot of ADC players. They were just like too passive a lot of the time. Didn't play the way I wanted them. Didn't play how I would have played. I think was really annoying. You know, every time I'm like, okay, it's time to go like balls deep. They don't follow up. They're good at playing safe. I will say ADCs are great at being useless for the first 20 minutes and playing safe. Like, there was a lot of positions where I would just be like, we're totally fucked. I would be so tilted if I was the AD. But they would just, like, silently farm up and then come back in the game. Usually, like, the Jinx players. But that was weird, because when I played AD, I was just, like, very in their face, trade my whole HP bar at level 1, draw jungle attention, play for the 2v2, play for the 3v3. I was actually dying so much in lane, like my first half of games, because I was going like balls deep every single game, and then my AD just like wouldn't follow up, and then I would just die. And then like I knew it wasn't right. Like I knew we should just like fucking kill them if my ADC had a pair of balls, but they just didn't. So that's why I went kitten mode. Honestly, that's why I went kitten mode. My ADC wants to play safe and go 50-50 farm. Great, I'm just gonna scale too. So I just went kitten mode as Nami. Nami Janna. Roam the map, scale up, get my items. If they have a tank support, I outscale. I picked Nami and Janna in a lot of positions where I feel like the champ was just completely unplayable, but I'd get away with it anyway. You know, like if you think about it, if we have Nami plus, I don't know, whatever, squishy jungler, Nami, Kiana or something, it should probably be completely unplayable game if they have Nautilus Jace, but it just wasn't a lot of the time. You know, it should be the case that I can't like really walk anywhere without dying, like getting jumped a few times, but I would always just like kind of get away with it and then scale. So that's why Nami felt really good. It definitely reaffirmed my belief that enchanters just run this server. Like all the Sona guys you see, all the Sona Seraphine guys you see in Challenger, they're there for a reason, man. There for a reason. I think a lot of it is because ADC players are so passive, or they don't know how to play the pressure game. The average ADC player, even in Challenger, I feel like doesn't know how to play the pressure game, where you play the 2v2 properly, you fuck them in lane, you know, you ward so you can't get ganked, and then you just keep the pressure up the whole time. Every single time, somehow they drop the pressure. Every single time, somehow they drop the pressure. They don't trade properly, or they don't ward and they die, or they'll waste their sums, or they'll mismanage the wave and then give the enemy a free recall timing. They just didn't know how to play the pressure game. So every single time, I just realized I should just play Nami and scale. And to be fair, it's like hard. It's really hard to play the... It's really easy. It's easy to play easier stuff, man. Like, that's why I just played Enchanters. Enchanters are easier than playing melee tank supports. Because they're way less committal. Like, sure, you're more vulnerable to getting ganked, but generally you can play safe and just scale up. So, it is what it is. In terms of difficulty... It was harder than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a complete breeze. It was not a complete breeze. Support was a lot harder role than I thought. There was a lot of things to consider. There was a lot more stuff to consider than I thought there was to consider. Like when to roam, when to come to grubs, when not to come to grubs, when to play for lane, when to roam. Warding is big too. No other role has to worry about warding, so like when to recall for wards and when to just stay on the map and make the play happen. And for sure, probably the thing I hated the most about support was feeling like I couldn't do anything in a game that we were losing. which was amplified probably 3x when I was playing like Nautilus or Alistar or Rakan, because those champs don't even like do anything numbers wise. Like you can't farm as support. You can't even like, you're just like a 0-10 dummy that just goes in and dies if your team is getting shit on. I really didn't like the feeling of being a support in a losing game. At least in a carry role, you can kind of farm up and cope and be like, okay, well maybe if I get a shutdown, I can carry. In support, there was no coping. There was only 10 Death Nautilus games and pain. Easiest to hardest. Hardest to easiest. For me, honestly, I don't even know why this is the case. ADC felt legitimately easier than mid for me. ADC was the easiest. ADC was even easier than mid for me. And I'm a mid lane main, right? I played mid for 15 years. I played mid professionally. ADC was easier than mid. Mid was easier than jungle. And then I think like support was challenging, but not as challenging as top lane. This is just me, subjectively, my own experiences. ADC was just easy because I felt like I always got a lead in lane. Even if I didn't get a lead in lane, I could come back throughout the game. I felt like ADCs didn't really know how to pressure the map. I feel like I knew when to like roam as an ADC and gank, or like pulling objectives too, because ADC usually has the highest objective damage. When to force on like Otacon or Baron if the enemy team is out of position. There was just like a lot of angles that I found on AD to like win the game. Or like if I was behind, like I would feel like the enemy AD didn't know how to pressure me properly, so I would catch up. So ADC felt the easiest. Mid lane, of course, because it's my main role, was secondary. Jungle, I feel like, was not that difficult, actually, for me. Jungle, I feel like, is just so streamlined, actually. A lot of people think jungle is a really difficult role to play. And, like, in some ways, it's very difficult and very different, because it's not any of the lanes. But, I just full cleared every game, you know? You just full clear into full clear into full clear. You don't have to complicate things. You just full clear into full clear into full clear into full clear. And if there's like a laner who's gonna die pretty easily to a gank, you just fucking scoop him up. Like a free camp in the middle of your full clear. And then when you have no camps up, you either look for a gank or you do an objective. It seemed pretty straightforward to me. And, you know, junglers, you got the blue smites, you're just running around the map with 500 move speed late game. That felt pretty OP. If you manage to get kills off ganks and you're like actually accelerated strongest guy in the game the whole game, you know, I think jungle
subscribed to Pobelter last month low.
Said Sturdick, thank you for 4 months. Hey, that's okay, thank you. Jungle, I would say, had some pretty low lows. Like, it's really demoralizing to play jungle and then you just can't really make any plays happen because your laners are not really setting anything up for you. In that sense, that can be really demoralizing. Especially fuck-ass Twitch chat saying like, you're supposed to do more than just farm. When there's just like nothing that's possible to do on the map. You just kind of like full clear until you lose. Those games felt pretty demoralizing, but I would say most games are playable. Like 70-80% games was like playable. 20% was just abject misery. So that was like middle of the road difficult for me. Support, I just talked about. Top lane was just brutality, bro. It made me not want to play top lane again. I used to play mid lane, top lane secondary. Never again. Maybe next season. Maybe next season when it's changed. Top lane was fucked up. I feel like I just had...
Pobelter, you are my most watched 2025.
I feel like I had like no control over the game a lot of the time. I feel like if the jungler played to me and I got ahead, it was doomed because bot lane would just run it down. Basically, I felt like if bot lane ran it down, we were just doomed. If I was fed as a top laner, I can't out carry like a fed enchanter plus ADC because enchanter plus AD just naturally counters pretty much most top laners. So top lane was fucked up. It took me so many games. I was definitely hard stuck, like 700 LP for a while. I think I had to accelerate the top lane climb. I literally just had to cheese people. I think I just had to like learn a one trick and then just like cheese people with really good matchup knowledge. Oh yeah, top is the most brutal if you fall behind too, because there's not really... I felt like it was really hard to come back. You're just gonna get fucked 1v1 the whole game. If you like mess up your wave state or you take a bad trade, you know, it would literally just be like, oh, I kind of messed up at level 1 and my lane is like completely unwinnable, was how I felt a lot of the time. Whereas the other roles, I feel like there's a lot of room to come back, catch up, still find opportunities. Top lane was just like 1v1, and then whatever happens on the rest of the map kind of decides what happened, is how I felt playing top. So top lane was just really rough for me. And then eventually towards the end, I think I was just grinding out like Renekton games. I'm confident in my Renekton, but I don't think Renekton's like a great champ for carrying solo queue games. But I knew I could grind out like a slightly positive win rate on Renekton. I could grind out like a 55% Renekton. So that's what I did. And then I think I just eked my way to Challenger. What I remember. I don't know. Top lane, the matchup knowledge was so weird. Every game you play versus something new. Flash Ghost. Flash Ignite. You know, is he like standing in the bush and he's going to all-in me at level 1? I don't know if I win that. Fuck up my wave. Okay, die, and then my wave is frozen and my game's over. Get a lead, but... you know, their bot lane's really fed, so it's hard to win anyway. Or like, I'm winning, but then their support is just camping top, and my support's picking his nose. So many, like, unenjoyable games I played in top. So many rough games. It was definitely fun to do this. Play every role to Challenger, though. I don't know if I would do it again, but it was fun to do it. I think it definitely gave me good perspective on how to play my own main role a bit better now. Like, I understand the capabilities and limitations of other roles a lot better now that I played. And I actually learned a lot of stuff about specific champs, too, that I didn't really realize. You know, I would just learn stuff about champs that I didn't realize existed in their kit. Like, Sona E, the move speed one, is just kind of like Moby Boots. Like, he actually goes so fast. I didn't realize. I didn't realize the Nami move speed buff was so big. Things like that. Do I think jungle is OP like all of Reddit does? I think jungle has the highest potential to, like, completely fuck the entire game, for sure. I think jungle has the highest potential to, like, 1v9 the game or completely ruin the game for his own team. Certainly. By, like... Because most fights are centered around whatever the jungler does earlier in the game. Like, later in the game, everyone, I would say, has, like, good agency. Even support, like, you decide where all the wards are going to be. Early in the game, you know, like, let's say your jungler, like, pulls Drake at a bad timing, and then it's like, oh shit, like, we have to come. Everyone needs to drop their waves and come. We get wiped because it was, like, a bad timing to pull Drake. You know, everyone starts flaming each other. You know, the waves are fucked. We got wiped in the fight. That's, like, pretty GG in higher ranks. Or, like... You know, another thing I would see a lot is, like, level 3 jungle invade. Rengar level 3 jungle invade. Rengar level 3 jungle invade. My Rengar kills their jungle invading at level 3. I know he's going to go 20-0 and just 1v9 the game. In that sense, I do feel like jungle has the highest potential to start to, like, tilt the odds of the game in his team's favor. Or not. Or to throw it completely the other way. Which isn't to say that, like, that can happen every game. Like I said, there's lots of games I played in jungle where the game is completely unplayable. Or it felt that way to me, at least. Like, I played a Silas jungle game the other day where their jungler's pathing top, I'm pathing to bot. You know, their jungler gets a kill. We knew he's pathing to the top. I go bot, there's nothing to do. I recall. Their jungler shows on a ward, and then he just, like, walks through lane, kills my bot lane. That's just like, okay, cool. That's, like, a cool game to me that we probably lost. There's games like that that happen all the time, but overall, over a large number of games. Which role does counterpick matter the most? I'd say top lane. I think top lane. The way I view the game, the way that I view the optimal way to play solo queue is you path to bot. So top lane counterpick is pretty important because you're leaving it 1v1 for most of the game. And, you know, I think support counters should matter a lot at the highest level. Maybe speaking like pro play, support counters should matter a lot. But, you know, I was just kind of locking Nami and Janna every single game, which I don't really think are great picks, but, you know, it's working. So, generally in high-low lobbies, everyone will give top lane counter pick. You challenge A to Z now? I don't think I'd do that. Build a challenger? Yeah, probably next year. Next year I can definitely do that and reap the sweet rewards of the Aegis of Courage or whatever it's called. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. YouTube also thinks you might like this video, so feel free to check that out and make sure to subscribe up top if you haven't already. Thank you guys. It really helps me and my channel out.